Everyone, it's just Challenge Unbothered. As you guys know, I am not Nadine. I'm Frankie. We have Caitlin and Tia in the house, and we have special guests from the challenge or from Challenge Season 2 USA and Amazing Race 34, Mr. Luis Cohen in his house.
What's up,
Yay!
everybody? Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we're
Um,
glad you're here.
I think
yeah,
it's always fun that people want to talk to me. I don't think I ever get used to that.
You were on
I'm
two
always here
huge
for it.
shows though that people
Yeah,
love. So
yeah. It's something like I don't know. It's cool. I think it's always it's humbling and I'm always here for it. So yeah, well, yeah. Let's have a good time and yeah, I'm pretty much an open book. Let's do this.
great.
all right. So you started off on Amazing Race Season 34, you and your wife, Michelle. I was rooting for you guys the entire time. I was kind of sad that you guys came in third, but it happens.
Hey,
You
third
were
is
sad.
third is respectable. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It is at least getting to, we never got eliminated, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we made it all the way to the end. We made it to the mat, but yeah.
So
Oh,
who's
we
like
should throw out there. His wife is Michelle, and she is a dancer, and she has danced for Pitbull, which is crazy.
Yes. Yes.
So, kind of another person. I'm gonna have a question. I'm gonna ask you all kinds of weird questions, but would she ever go on the challenge?
So my wife, why I love her so much, she's a little softy.
Mm,
So, and the challenge is a brutal place.
gotcha.
It feeds on weakness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Michelle says that she would do it only if I'm there. Like if somehow they do another quick ride or die season. But I heard the ride or die season was like 12 weeks of filming. I can't do that because of my job. But if they do like a season like that, she'll do it. But only if
Okay.
I'm there. Yeah. That's what
Right.
she says.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She loves the competition, but what I told her, my stories and all like that, like everything that I told her, she was just like, yeah, that's gonna be a tough place for her. But
Yeah. You're
so
more than welcome to tell us all the stories.
you ask away, you ask away. You gotta get them out of me.
um so Amazing Race, whose idea was it? Was that yours? Michelle's?
So it was pretty much our idea. We put on the TV one day and it was like 10 years ago already. And we just started watching and we're like, we'll do great at this. We'll do great at this. But it was just wasn't the right time. Michelle had just started dancing with Pitbull. And I was just getting into my career as a firefighter. So timing did not work out. And we'll watch it we watched the every season from then on. And pretty much it just got to the day where she was about to stop dancing for Pitbull. And she just looked at me and she's like, hey, how about we apply finally? We apply finally. And if we get picked, I retire a little earlier, a few months earlier. And dude, when we applied, they called us back 4 hours later, our first application.
Wow.
And I feel bad for people that apply so many times. Like, yeah, I've applied 13 times for the show. Yeah, I applied once. We applied once and we got a call back really quick. And that callback was like, so are you guys available? We're all just like, we're just like, yeah, we're available these days. And it went by so quick. We're like, are we getting on the show? Like, obviously, we went through the whole application process. And I think the whole thing with Michelle's job was the reason why we got on. Like, they always
Yeah.
have firefighters, but Pitbull dancer, Mr. Worldwide, she traveled, and now we want to do this before having a family. So, but yeah, but it was kind of both of our ideas. Yeah.
That's
My
awesome.
next question was the process to get on the Amazing Race. Was it a very long process? Was it like you said you got a call back right
Yeah.
away? So
Yeah. It was, we were 3 months away from the starting point. So we were actually kind of late into starting, but it is a lengthy process for any of these reality shows. They make you do background checks. They do social media checks. And
Yeah.
it's really funny, like what they flag. It's like, hey, potential, they call it potential harmful results post. And I'm just like, what is this? And I'm like, I didn't post anything bad. And it's just like me drinking. And I'm like, I'm over 21. I could drink. What's going on here? And it's just stuff like that they flag and stuff. But pretty much the hardest part is the psych test. And that's for all shows. I did it for the challenge as well. It's like 4 hours long. you sit there and you answer question. It's the weirdest questions. I'm not sure if you guys ever had a psych test before. Have you guys ever taken a psych test before?
No, but I'm surprised some of those people passed.
Oh man, I agree with you there, but and they asked some of the weirdest questions and they repeat, like, are you scared of water? Do you like snakes? Do you read books in the dark? I don't know, stuff like that. It's really weird, but yeah, that's probably the hardest part of all these application processes.
Where was your favorite place that you went on Amazing Race?
I say two places, Jordan and Iceland, right? Because when you're in Europe, I'm not gonna say they're the same, they're all different cultures, but generic, like kind of like the environment, the what you see is very not very similar, but somewhat similar, except for Italy. We were in a part of Italy that was really cool. Well, France was cool too. There was a bunch of castles, but it's just that when you have those extremes from the desert to like Iceland, the freezing cold, that was cool to experience. Jordan is just something I've never seen before. Watching Petra, that was my first time in the Middle East as well. And then Iceland, just what was cool about Iceland, it was like 11 o'clock at night and the sun was still out. Like something I've never like experienced before. So I have to say those two places.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good answer.
What was your favorite leg of the race? Like, what was like?
Let's see. It definitely wasn't the last one because we lost $1 million there. Let's see. It has to be one of the first place legs. I have to say we won first place in Petra. And Jordan was good to us, and Spain was good to us because we won both first places in Jordan. But nothing beats your first time. Let me move this plant out of the way. It's like sun. There we go. Look at that. I got like the sunset in my face. I'm glowing.
Like a cool shadow though.
So nothing beats the first time you get first place, honestly. And Michelle and we started off horribly in the race. We started off in 10th place our first leg, and we were in the dumps. And then we got 5th place, and then we got 4th place. And I told her right before the hotel, like right before our leg in the hotel room, like, I'm sick and tired of this. Like, we're getting first place tomorrow. Like, we're doing this. Like, we prayed about it. We meditated on it. And the next day when we got first place, like, we were just like, is this real life? Like, are we dreaming right now? So that was really special for us. So I'm going to say that leg was the best. The leg in Petra in Jordan was really cool.
Were you shocked to get the call from the challenge? Like, did you have an idea that they were going to be calling, or?
So was I shocked? I want to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
were you a fan?
Okay. I used to watch them back in the day. Like, I'm talking about Real World Rules Challenge. And it was, I remember watching, obviously Bananas, West, CT, Derek, all those guys. But it's so different back in the day because there was no DVR, so you couldn't like be on top of the episodes. So I was a very casual viewer where, whenever it was on, I'll if I was available, I'll watch it. But it was a show that I watched often, but then I took a break for a while. And then last summer, before our Amazing Race season was on air, I went to go chill with the Challenge USA season 1 people. They came down to Miami for Alyssa's and Kylan's birthday. And I know Derek and Claire from, we just ran the race together. So Derek and Claire invited me out. And so, and I meet all these Challenge USA season 1 people. And then I also meet Josh Martinez. And Josh is there, and I'm like, "Hey man, how you doing?" Like, just meeting him. And he's like, and then he tells me he was on Big Brother. I had no idea he won Big Brother. He told me he was on Big Brother, and he's also doing the challenge, the regular MTV version. And I'm like, "Damn, man, man, that's crazy. How many seasons have you done? Like 5. I'm like, wait a second. There's the MTV version. Like, that's crazy. Let me backtrack the story because yeah, I was shocked to see that. Then I asked him like, if Bananas and West were still there, like, yeah, they're all still doing it. I'm like, what? They're still doing it? And I'm just like, so pretty much that's when I fell back into it. I kind of started watching the challenge again, USA, when the Challenge USA season 1 came out, and then I went back and watched their seasons. So
Okay.
yeah. Was I a diehard fan? No, but I do remember those names. I do remember the Johnny Bananas backpack. That's something. That's one season
Everybody
that
remembers that.
that's one season I'm just like, oh my god, CT is on steroids. Like, that was really cool. That was really funny to watch. What else? Yeah, so I do remember stuff, but I stopped watching it for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did that happen? So Amazing Race ends, your show airs, whatever.
Yeah.
It ends. Do you have an agent, or did they just like call you, or
Nah, I
like?
don't got no agent. I barely have any Instagram followers.
You got
I'm
one.
surprised how many of these people have agents.
so so I was we were doing our final interviews for The Amazing Race, and the CBS person that's in charge of like listening into our interviews, she randomly asked me if, yeah, you'll do the Challenge USA. I'm like, yeah, that's something that I'll definitely do. And then I want to say if 2 weeks later I get a DM in my Instagram, and that was from one of the casting producers, and I thought it was fake. I'm just, oh wait, no. She sent me a message. Hey, Lewis, I just want to see if you're interested in a competition show coming in April. And I'm like, okay, great. What show is this? Oh, Challenge USA. And I'm just like, this is fake. This is not true. So I started asking around, some people that I know from casting from CBS, and they're like, no, that's she's a real person. That's Taja. She's a real person, like real. I'm like, oh my god, this is real, and I'm ready. And that's when I got all excited. So it was just a DM message, but I still didn't think I was gonna get picked. One, because Amazing Racers don't get picked. I'm thinking there's a whole bunch of Amazing Racers they're asking, and they only pick a few, right? And I'm thinking, you got Kayla. Kayla's gonna come back. She's a finalist, and James and Leo, they did great. So I'm not, and I don't think I'm gonna get picked. And sure enough, yeah, it just kept on going with the process. That was a different casting experience. In The
In
Amazing
what way?
Race, there was a whole bunch of interviews. I did not do a single interview with anybody before coming on the show.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? Like, I mean, I guess they do have footage, they could watch and like, all right, look, he's in shape. But even Derek told me that they asked him questions, that they had a few interviews, but
Yeah.
not one. Crazy,
Maybe
right?
maybe Josh vouched for you.
If he did, he never tell me. He never told me. Maybe I shouldn't have voted for him. But no, yeah, which is crazy to me. So I never thought I was. I feel like I'm talking so much because I'm not letting you guys ask questions.
No,
But
we're glad you're talking.
this is how I feel, right? So I was ready to do a version of the Challenge USA season 1, right? And I'm like, look, it's not the MTV version. I'm sure you guys agree. The MTV version, you have the, crazy ass fools. They're younger. They're all having sex. Like, it's crazier. It was crazy in the CBS version.
We don't get to see it anymore, though. Production cuts all the good stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess we're trying to clean stuff up. But so I was like, yeah, this CBS version is probably more my thing. And then when I started hearing the rumors, you guys all heard the rumors.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be MTV cast there, and then they're adding, Josh, Fezzi on top of those vets, because they're all vets technically, and Michelle. I'm just like,
right.
All right, I don't think this is going to be the same season. This is not going to be anything that I thought. And me thinking like what personalities they are, like I'm not that dramatic person. I'm not over the top. Like, I'm sure they saw, like, I was on The Amazing Race with my wife, and I barely fought with my wife. Like, I'm easy to get along with, you know. I'm not a person that starts drama. So I'm thinking, I don't think they're gonna want me. They're gonna cast me because I think they look for edgy, fiery people. But yet they picked me. We'll see. I don't think they're gonna invite me back, but we'll see.
See,
You don't think?
I could see them picking you based on your Amazing Race season because you're loud, you guys are funny, Team Miami, right?
Yeah.
The one I was surprised Dusty was chosen. Like I could see you, but then
Yeah.
Dusty being chosen, that's like
I no, I think
like
I appreciate you. I still think Dusty has that same fiery, like loud personality. Um, but he has that quirk in him because he talked about it on the race where he has anger issues and he was working on it. And there was that episode Leave No Stone Unturned where they had to turn the stones and he was just going crazy. Like he had his episodes that he even admits it, like he's a hothead. So I think he was more, challenge material than I was because he has a switch there where he could be
Yeah.
set off.
I don't guess we see that too much though.
On you don't see that on the Amazing Race or on the season of the challenge?
On the challenge. Yeah. I mean, I guess he said he's worked on it. So
yeah. It's Dusty. They haven't showed him. But he is a character in the house.
Well, we know he loves bananas.
Yeah, he loves. I didn't know his love was that deep, but I'm seeing it now. How deep? Yeah. This is.
It was the letter that took me out. I was
that. I'll get back to the letter in a second. But Dusty he doesn't, like I said, he doesn't like to be stuck in one place for too long. And that dude was just ripping those vapes. Like he will grab 2 at a time, put 2 in his nose and go, just suck them all in, just to get all that nicotine so he can calm the fuck down. Like he was just, yeah. And then he takes pre-workout and gets all crazy. But then he's just insane. Like, and I loved every single second of it.
We need to see that.
They would never show that. They would never show that. But look, unfortunately, me and Dusty, man, like we weren't on the same page at all. I guess we'll get to that later, but he's still a funny ass dude. He's a great guy. And yeah, I think he was more challenge material than what I was, if that's what they're casting for.
Do you look at it? It's a game. We're still going to be friends, even if people like vote you in or things like that. Or do you hold grudges? Are you petty?
See, that's the other thing, right? I think I won't be cast again because I move on from it. Like I say, what's weird is, yes, it's just a game, but don't tell other people that after they vote your ass in, after you vote them in. That's what people were telling me, I got a little angry at that. I don't like getting I got nominated again. They're like, yo, it's just a game. I'm like, motherfuckers. Like I hate hearing, but it is just a game, right? But it's a very intense game for a lot of money that could change your life, right?
Sure.
But even though I still don't hold grudges, I'm not petty. Me, Amanda, I get along with her, but I would never do what she does. But yeah, so I do see it. I still enjoy everybody's company. Like I invited everybody down to Miami for the premiere, and over half the cast was there, which was really cool. They all came down and still had a great time with them. So I don't hold any grudges.
Well, I'm in Florida, so if you ever want to invite
what city? What city are you in?
You probably never heard of it. It's near the Space Coast. It's called Mims. It's a little like by Titusville.
Okay, by Titusville. That's cool. Yeah, you're like what, 4 or 5 hours from Miami?
Yeah, 4 hours. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where's everybody else from?
I'm in Denver.
Cool.
I'm in Texas.
Cool. How do you guys know each other? Tell me about it real quick.
You want? Go ahead, Tia.
Well, we all met through the challenge, really, and then Nadine is our other co-host. She couldn't make it tonight.
Okay.
She and I go to Challenge Manias together, and so I don't know. We're all just friends.
That's cool.
So basically, this guy Joe created these groups. We're actively involved. He invites us to be admins. Next thing you know, a few years later, we have this podcast.
Yeah.
That's really cool, guys. That's awesome.
It's fun. We enjoy it. So
That's really cool. That's cool.
Hey, so going back to Amanda.
Okay.
So Amanda's Frankie's favorite, just to throw that out there. He loves her. You're probably not going to tell us, but who were y'all talking shit about at the airport? You got to name names.
Oh my God. That was like, all right. So we had a few drinks in us. Mm-hmm. When she says talking shit, like I don't want to, I like answering hard questions, but this, like, I can't think, like, we got intoxicated pretty good. And I think I was just more about being in general. I'm talking shit about everybody. Yeah. These fake ass people. Like, I thought they were all cool with me. I thought they all, I try to be open with them and stuff like that. And I shit talk Dusty. That's 100% sure. I was more in general, or Amanda's more specific. But
I'm sure Michelle's name was thrown in there.
Yeah, for sure. And mostly Tori. Okay. There was, oh my God, Amanda's a savage when it comes to Tori. Dude. Like, there was a scene that wasn't shown where she comes into our room and starts talking to Sebastian, right? And Sebastian was sad because he said Monty's name in their second deliberation win. This is the third episode. You guys remember? Tori said Monty, and then Sebastian said Monty, and me, Sebastian, and Monty were all in the same room with Tyler. So he's crying. He's like, Monty, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. I said your name, whatever. And then everybody leaves the room except for Amanda and Sebastian and me. And Amanda's just going off of Sebastian, like, yo, what the fuck are you doing with her? Like, you know what they call her? They call her Hori Tori. And I'm just like, oh my God. And she's just going off about how she eats chicken nuggets in the middle of the night, how she's not a vegan. And oh my God, bro, Amanda's so funny, dude. She's just so funny. But yeah, at the airport, we were just I'll be honest with you guys, like, I don't remember too well.
You don't remember?
Just probably just like talking shit, but like in a funny way. And yeah, we had McDonald's afterwards, and she bitched out the people that were serving us McDonald's because they said they were rude. And yeah.
I would so love to talk to her.
Yeah, no,
I would never want her on my bad side.
I agree 100%. And I was able to get her on my good side because if you guys remember the first episode, it was her responsibility to memorize the symbols.
Right.
And she knew she messed up. Guys, we had such a big lead. It was, I want to say, about 5 minutes, which in 5 minutes in that challenge was way more than enough to get us up that hill and to win. And she took blame for it. And I just told her, look, it's okay. Like, I was just being a good teammate, and I think she remembered that. Ever since then, she was on my good side. So I'm glad I got to be on her good side.
No wrath of Amanda.
So you don't remember who you were talking about at the airport, but do you remember what you got at McDonald's?
Oh yeah,
man!
I got oh my God, my order was the Big Mac, and I got chicken nuggets on the side, large fries, and a large Coke. Yeah. I remember that for sure. I remember that because I always pretty much order the same thing. When I'm extra hungry, I get the nuggets. And it was going to be like an 8-hour flight from Germany to I was going to Colombia. My wife was in Colombia, and when they ask before you go into elimination, they say, hey, look, if you do go home, where do you want to fly to? And I'm like, where? Oh, you guys don't send me back to Miami? Like, no, I could fly anywhere. They're like, yeah. I'm like, can I go to Colombia? My wife is in Colombia. Like, yeah. If it's not crazy out of the price range. And I'm like, perfect. So I went to Colombia right afterwards. So it was like a 10-hour flight all the way to Colombia.
That's interesting.
Hey, my wife is here. Say hi, Michelle.
Hi. That's so interesting, though. I never would have thought about that. I figured they'd just send everybody home.
Yeah, even though everybody came to Miami and then flew out, but no, I asked to go to Colombia, and then they sent me to Colombia. Yeah. Right. Talking about airports, I'll tell you something else, guys. What messed up? I think that really, didn't help me this season, right? So we were supposed to leave on a Friday, and everybody has to do a COVID test before leaving. Turns out my COVID test came out positive. So so I couldn't leave the day that we were supposed to leave. I had to do 2 more COVID tests, and they both had to be negative for me to participate this season. And they were both negative, so I flew out the next day by myself, solo. Can you guys imagine like how people were connecting at the airport, getting to know each other, and I wasn't there? And I think that's one of the reasons why I came into the house and I was such an easy target, because everybody, flew together and they bonded for 20 hours going to Croatia.
Yeah.
So that was probably another reason why they picked me over Dusty, the dude from The Amazing Race, and who is this guy? He just got to the house. So
well, now you've made connections, so you'll have friends the next time you fly.
yeah, if they invite me back, we'll see. I don't know.
We'll start a campaign for you.
Well, if they do invite you back, are you willing to go back?
That's the thing. Like they obviously, they I've been asked that a lot, right? It's hard to say no to the challenge. Like it's hard for me to say no, period. But one thing that I just didn't like this season that I wasn't happy about was that secret voting stuff. Like, it's great TV, and I commend all the people that do it, like Survivor, Big Brother players. But it was so hard for me because I'm coming into this game where I don't have connections, and on top of that, there's people that this season's not it's Big Brother this season. Like, it's pretty much Big Brother or Survivor. And I'm coming in playing against Big Brother Survivor players. And these players are really good at this. Like, they're the best of their seasons. So if chances are, I don't think they'll do that again, right? I mean, if you guys watch all these seasons, they usually don't have the same twist, do they?
Right.
So I'm hoping they don't do that again, because I wasn't happy like that. But it's just other things that are involved in my life. Like I got a career, I got, it's hard for me to, I left for 4 weeks just to be out fourth, right? So imagine if I would have stayed for longer. It's just timing, right? And it's not always easy for me to leave a month at a time, from work. So it just all depends. It all depends.
And that's interesting you said that, because I never really thought about it. You came from a show where it was just all on you. You didn't have to worry about, I like the secret vote.
I think it's great TV.
It's
yeah, 100%.
But I get where you're coming from. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something I never signed up for. It's what's funny is The Amazing Race. You do competitions, with you and another person, teams of 2.
Right.
Most of the time on the challenge, from what I've watched, it's teams of 2 most of the time, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll kill this. I'll do great with this. And no, they switched that up on me too. They went to teams. And it's all on you on The Amazing Race. It's all about competitions. It's not so much about the social game. And I come to this, and it was hard for me. It was tough in there.
Do you feel like the challenges were harder on the challenge, or 100%. The leg on Amazing Race? Yeah.
Oh, the challenges were so hard.
Yeah.
And I speak to Derek. I asked Derek, hey, what should I do to get ready for the Challenge USA? And he goes, bro, just practice puzzles. All we got was puzzles, dude. Puzzles, 10 grams, do some math. And I'm like, all right, I was getting physically ready because it's the challenge, but I was doing a lot of puzzles too. And obviously, I get 0 puzzles this season. Especially The Amazing Race is very physical. But one thing just sticks in my mind: the episode where we did the capsize, where we're on the water and everybody was complaining how cold it is. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about I couldn't feel my feet hours after. I like numb. I was wheezing in the water. Like I've never heard my lungs wheeze. Like, everything was so cold and so constricted, it was causing wheezing. And me as a firefighter, I know these symptoms of hypothermia. and everybody is there halfway through the task, and they're just slowing down. They're not talking. They look like they're dizzy. Tyler was saying, "Hey, I'm dizzy, man. I'm dizzy." Wes was our workhorse trying to get the slower girls like Amanda back. So, and Tyler's a lifeguard. He was going to go twice, and I had to go twice. So I was the one that actually went twice that challenge. Um, um, and what
That's
else?
scary.
Yeah, it was just such a hard task between the weather outside, the cold water, um, us going last that day. It got even choppier. Like nothing went our way. Like we were excited to go last. We're like, yes, we're going last. We get to watch all the other teams mess up, and we got this. No, the weather just turned on us, and it was a horrible day. That was by far one of the hardest things, physical wise, like I ever done in my life, by far.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could tell it was cold. It was a long swim too.
Oh, it was, yeah. It was, I want to say about 30 yards. Like it was, that's to
Yeah.
the buoy, but then back to the dock, it was like another 20 after that. Like it was a long. Yeah. Yeah, that was really hard.
Um, you were on the green team.
Mhm.
If you had not gone home, would you have defected?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, 100%. So my two,
Who would you have taken out, or like whose place would you have taken?
yeah, I think so. My thought process. So do I go to red? Red. They voted me in. It turns out I have people that can't protect me there. So maybe go to red. But I think still the best decision is what Desi made, is just to go to blue, because you have
Yeah.
to pick what's the best odds for you to win every challenge, right? And that's the best way to keep you out of eliminations. And that was by far the strongest team. And even though it sucks leaving a team, I'm a big team player, but between but I could also help out my green team by going to another team, because I made some great connections there with Monty, Tyler, Michaela, Desi, and Wes. I loved Wes to death. So I think I could, do something on other teams to protect them. That was my thought process.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you. I would have switched teams. Although I am in love with Desi. I have a huge girl crush on her. I love her.
What you see on TV is what you get in real life. She is just a
That's
great,
nice to hear.
yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. She's a great, positive person. She's a lovely person inside and out. And yeah, what you see is what you get with her.
Is there a
Nice.
is there someone there that you were like super excited to see, like how Dusty was with bananas? Did you have a bananas?
Did you have a banana?
Did I have a bananas? What's heartbreaking? Me and Dusty talked a lot, almost every day before going on the challenge. I was excited to see him. Sad, right?
That's why they say,
Excited
what
to
do
see
they
another
say?
man. Because
Never meet
man,
your heroes or something.
Dusty's not my hero. I never call him my hero. But no, I was honestly, yeah. If I say somebody, like I wasn't really excited to see anybody else. Like everybody else seemed cool. Who else? I had already chilled with Alyssa L. We went to Mexico like 4 weeks before the challenge, but if I had to pick somebody I haven't met yet, if it was at that time, I was like, yo, I haven't seen my boy Dusty yet. When I saw him, man, I was ecstatic. Everybody else, I was excited to see some of the vets too, like just to see how they are. I wasn't excited to see vets. I mean vets. I wasn't excited to see Wes, is what I meant to say,
Oh,
because I thought he was going to be an asshole, because he comes off as a
he's
dickhead on
kind of
TV.
an asshole.
On TV, but in person, that dude is awesome. That
Yeah.
dude is great. Like I was really happy that he was on my team, and
I
yeah,
think overwhelmingly in the fan world though, they love Wes. We love
yeah,
him.
yeah,
We
yeah,
actually got
yeah.
to we interviewed him.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's really
That
cool.
was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, he's hilarious too.
So real quick about the challenge again. I know that when you lost and went home, you actually went 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, let's talk about that. So if you guys see, the evil eyes hanging up, when you see the episode with when we first walk in, and that's how we start the elimination. So yeah, Chris and I were just standing on opposite sides of the ring. On the we're standing on the rope, and pretty much when TJ blows a horn, we have to run to the center and then grab it. And then score a point. Pretty much the rules are the other opponent cannot have hands on the ring when you pass the plane of the circle. So hands got to be off. You have to have sole possession before reaching out. All right. So I'm like, all right, I'm not excited to see Chris, right? I'm not excited to see this elimination with Chris, even though I voted for him. I was trying to not do a pole wrestle or a hall brawl. Like those are the two where it's like, man, those are probably brute strength. And I think even a hall brawl would have had maybe a better chance with my speed, but pole wrestle, that's just a brute strength, I feel. And then you have but this first round, I'm like, I think I have an advantage here. And I planned it I just planned it in my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna get there, rip it away, try to be elusive and score a point. And it worked out just like that. TJ blew the horn. I ran to the center. I yanked it like towards me to make sure he doesn't grab it. And I saw him coming, and I did he bounced right off me. I did like a spin move. I spun around, and I look like it was crazy because he spun off me, and my momentum kept me going towards the outside of the ring. And once I spun, I'm already almost at the ring, and he's still in the center, and he's just like this. I see him go like this, and I just reach on the outside, and I'm just standing there did I just do this? Did I just get the first point? And I slam the evil eye. I'm like, ah! I scream, and I hear the green team going crazy. I hear people going crazy, and the blue team was just in shock. They were quiet. They're just like distraught, and I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. And even Chris was like, hey, hell of a move, man. I'm like, yeah, let's go, baby, let's go. And then unfortunately, the last two rounds we start from the center. We're both grabbing it from the middle.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was I tried my best. What you guys saw on TV was actually they only showed the second round pretty much. That was only the second round.
Okay.
Yeah, the third round they never showed. I don't think they showed any clips from the third round. And they yeah. So that's pretty much.
Why did they not hang it back up for the other two rounds though?
That was just the rules. They told us the rules are the first round it's hung up, and then the last two rounds you're gonna start from the center. But yeah, that would have.
I wish they would show all that though.
You guys understand? This was my highlight of the season. This one point, this one move, because I never really got to show. I really never got to show any of my athleticisms or my strength, and I didn't do anything crazy good, I feel, this season when it comes to the daily challenges. So I'm like, all right, this clip is gonna come out. I'm gonna get my props, even though I'm eliminated. And I look and I'm just like, no way, are they starting with round two? And I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. What can I do about it?
Maybe you could find a sketch artist, sketch it out. that might be a way we'll be able to see it.
Yeah, ask AI to do it.
Yeah. AI.
Yeah, but yeah, it was sad. It was sad, because getting eliminated is one thing, but at least showing people that you went down, with a fight, it would have been good to see.
Well, at least you can talk about it, and everybody knows that you won the first round. So.
Yes. I'm just gonna go on every podcast, and that's gonna be the first thing I talk about, so everybody can know about it. But yeah.
Do you guys have any more questions about the challenge? Because if not, we'll move along to the get to know you segment.
Cool.
Yeah, I just have, I guess, one last two-part question. Was your favorite part of being on the challenge, and your least favorite part, other than getting eliminated?
Okay. I want to say my least favorite part is being away from my wife. Me and my wife, we've been together for 14 years. And even when she traveled with Pitbull, we still spoke. We still spoke on the phone, FaceTimed. And this is the first time I go days without talking to my wife. It was 2 weeks until we got our first phone call. And I cried like a little baby. Like I was sobbing when I saw her for the first time in 2 weeks on that FaceTime call. She when I saw her, yeah, and I was like, me in my head, I'm like, they're for sure gonna show me crying like a baby on TV. They're gonna show this FaceTime call, and they didn't, thank God. So I guess it's nice they left that out. That
That's
was the
sweet
hardest part.
though.
Yeah,
You love your
right.
wife. That's nice.
And she thought something was wrong because
Oh,
I'm not an emotional crier. She thought something was wrong with me, and I
yeah.
was just like, no, babe, I'm happy to see you. Um, and we let's say the hardest, the best part about being on the challenge, man, I love the competition part. I loved it. I want to say those days off were really cool. The days off where nobody's talking game, and we just for example, we went to the vineyard one day, and just had some wine and smoked some cigars and just chilled. Like those days were really cool.
Yeah,
And,
we didn't get to see any of that though.
none of that. Not even the
Mm,
club scenes. Like
mm,
we still did the whole going out to clubs and or a club, and that was a fun night too
yeah.
because that earlier in the day the green team won. That was when we won the pole challenge. And then we had the club day at night. So people were like kissing ass, buying me shots, buying me beers. It's like, Lewis, you're not gonna vote me in, right? I'm like, I'm not sure. I need 2 more beers, please. But yeah, I had to say though that was probably the best thing.
Well, I hope they'll show some of the like nights out 'cause we don't get to see those anymore. Those are
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. It's just they're just so tight on time. It looks like so
Yeah.
tight on time. They have so much content to work with, so they just gotta leave some stuff out.
Well,
Before
they used to do a show called The Shit They Should Have Shown, where they would show like, behind the scenes and stuff like that. They don't do that anymore. So
Yeah, that would be cool.
yeah.
before
That'd be
we
nice.
before we move on to our getting to know you segment, is there anything else you want to talk about the challenge that
Oh,
maybe
man.
they didn't show that you have an inside
Um.
scoop on?
Let's see. Let's see. The Amanda thing was funny. They they I think I gave you guys. I think I gave you guys everything. I'm trying to find something cool. I want to give you guys something, but I just can't think of anything right now.
You can come back to it. That's all right.
Yeah, yeah. If anything, I'll come back. But yeah, we'll come back to it about that
Okay.
if I think of something. Yeah.
All right. So these are other questions not related to the challenge for the Amazing Race.
Okay.
We know you're a firefighter. One of my really good friends, her husband is a retired firefighter.
Okay.
And he's told me some crazy stories. What's the craziest thing you've had to deal with as a firefighter?
The craziest thing. Something different that happened to me a few years ago was a open water incident.
Oh
That
wow.
was something very different because it depends where you're stationed at. So I work in Palm Beach, and it so happened that I was working a shift randomly for somebody, and we were stationed by the coast, and then it turned out to be 3 people drowning in the not the Jupiter Inlet, the Boynton Inlet, I think it was. And yes, and we had to go out there, save him, and one of our guys almost died, like literally died, because the current was going crazy. So we actually saved him first, and I was stuck outside. I was stuck on a surfboard because we took the surfboard out to all these people, but it was just too much weight to bring him back in. So the current took us out. Right. The current took us way out into the water. And it felt like I was miles away. It wasn't miles, but I felt like I was miles away. And we're just chilling there. I'm just like, how are we going to get back? It takes a while for Coast Guard to arrive. We don't have a fireboat in our department, but the current just pretty much took us out. We swam sideways, and came
Wow.
back in afterwards. But yeah, that was probably one of my craziest calls.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think they would send you guys into water like that.
Yeah, like this is the beach where there's no lifeguards. So so pretty much the fire service is the lifeguards. So that's what happened that day.
Wow. Well, that's a good story.
Yeah.
What kind of hobbies do you have outside of, going on the challenge.
So, all right, yeah,
and
hobbies. I'm getting into golf. I still suck at it.
okay.
Golf is a hard sport. I actually owned and operated a taekwondo school, a martial arts school.
Oh, nice.
About 10 years ago. And I sold that business and I still taught martial arts to like after school programs and daycares and stuff like that. And I also had some instructors under me, so I had a business like that. That's something that some people don't know. Other hobbies, we love to travel. Like I kind of keep my hobbies limited because hobbies are expensive. Like a lot of my friends have boats, but boats are just a money pit.
A lot of
Oh my God. Like I would
You-
never buy a boat.
that's what my husband and I say. We just have friends with boats. So
Exactly. In Miami, everybody has a boat. So why buy a boat?
Yeah.
Just call them up. Can I go on your boat? And
Yeah.
we go on their boat. But yeah, for I guess the other hobby is just traveling. Like me and the wife, like we love to travel. We just put up this map, map, by the way, today. We got this for
like
free,
mark
actually.
off where you've been.
Yeah, we could put some pins on it. It's really cool. It's a wood stencil type of map. And yeah, so travel is pretty much my other hobby. Other than that, me and the wife, we are Latino, so we always go out, we always dance, and have a good time like that. So I guess.
Well, we know she's dancing. So
yeah, I'm the better dancer though. You haven't seen me yet.
Oh, are you?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, 100%, 100%.
Would she agree with that?
Absolutely not.
I'm also Latino and I have no ounce of rhythm in my entire body. So
It's in there. It's in
gotta
there.
dig
You just
for
gotta
it.
find it. Maybe a few shots of tequila, we'll get it out.
We're gonna have to test that theory.
That's good.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Oh man, you guys are asking me movie questions. I'm the type
one.
of person that like I love so many movies. But there's so many movies to pick from. All right, let me go with a movie that I always loved. Let's go Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We like that.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Salsa, merengue, hip hop. I listen to country. I have a country playlist and country's cool with me. We recently they opened up a new country bar down here in Miami. There's not that many country bars. I'm pretty sure
Right.
where you guys from. It's that's what there is, but down here in Miami there isn't many.
There's none here.
Oh, really?
There's none here. No.
Oh man, I love this place. So it's pretty
There
much.
might be one in Orlando. I don't know.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
this is the bar where it's like line dancing all night. So me and the wife, when we first went, we were like, "Yo, we don't know any of these line dances." We got home the next day, we just started YouTubing all these line dances and started learning. But yeah, I mean, I got reggae in my playlist. I got it all. Like I used to DJ back in high school. I used to be a DJ back in high school, so I like all that type of music. But yeah,
Did you have a DJ name?
It was so bad.
What?
They're asking me my DJ name. DJ Steam.
DJ Steve.
I just it was really bad. It was really bad. Yeah, that was my DJ name.
How did you come up with that?
I don't know. I just needed a name and I needed to put it on a business card, and I just I don't know. I was messing around with a fog machine. I'm like, it looks like Steam, and I'm like, all right, I'm DJ Steam, guys. I was 15 years old. Give me a break.
Can we put that as like our heading? We interviewed DJ Steve.
Please don't. Please don't. That's embarrassing.
Do you watch football?
Oh yes, big Dolphins fan.
Oh, okay. I'm a Saints fan. So.
Nah, yeah, big Dolphins fan. Let's see where the Dolphins go this year. They got if Tua can stay healthy, it'll be a good season. But
yeah,
unfortunately, I'm a Dolphins fan.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
I'm a Saints fan. Come on,
but at least you have one championship.
Aints, so.
No, but you've seen one championship in your lifetime.
That's true. My husband actually went to the game because it was in Miami. So
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. And it's, Miami hasn't even won a playoff game in the last 20 years. Like I think they have won one playoff game since Marino's left. One playoff game. So yeah.
Well, I'm from Denver, so my sports teams are doing just fine.
Yeah. I mean, you got a few championships too.
But we won't talk about
Lucky.
that.
Oh yeah, you guys beat my Heat. Come on. Denver.
That's why I said we're not going to talk about it.
Next question.
Next question. Are you a dog or a cat person?
Dog person.
Yay, do you have a dog?
Yeah, but she just passed away.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm
my
sorry.
it's okay. I've passed the grieving stage. It was like wait, maybe like 2 months ago now.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like
goodness.
2 months ago. She was a 14-year-old lab.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's not talk about dead dogs, but I am a dead
We'll move
dog
on.
person.
Yeah.
Next question.
So we always end our interviews with 3 like weird questions.
Okay.
So
I like
the
these.
first
I
one-
like these. Okay.
Good. So every time you walk into a room, you have an anthem that plays. What song is it that's playing for you?
All right. So if I walk into the room, what anthem? I want to think of something good.
Maybe
Let's.
something you played as DJ Steam.
I'm thinking rock and roll though. I'm thinking like what's that Iron Man song when he's like in the movie Iron Man 2 where he just like jumps out of the plane and it's like rock and roll. It's I like that song. Is that Led
Gotta be
Zeppelin, I think?
honest, I never saw part 2, so I don't know.
No, that was okay. That was all right. Iron Man 1 was the best one.
The first
But
one was great.
yeah. Yeah, I think three
So
was the
whatever
worst.
song it is, that's it.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like I can't think of it. I just think of that like that rock and roll song right now.
We'll
That's
Google
what's in my
it
head.
later.
So sorry. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry. This is Frankie's favorite question. Would you survive a zombie apocalypse?
I don't think so.
No?
I've never shot a gun in my life.
Dude, you should come visit me. I go shoot all the time.
It depends what zombies though.
Yeah.
Like
Like
if you're
the slow
talking
ones
about,
or the fast ones?
yeah,
or-
like if you're talking about those Walking Dead zombies, like that's nothing. Like I'll survive that shit. But those zombies from I Am Legend,
or
or
Dawn of the Dead. The remake?
yeah, or what's the movie with is it Brad Pitt? World War Z. Those
Yeah.
zombies were crazy. Like that's a different level zombie. So I
So
guess
that's a
it
hard
depends.
no. You
Yeah,
would not
I don't think I'll
survive
survive. What was that movie? Zombieland. That was those
that. Oh, I
zombies.
love
Like,
that movie.
yeah, those zombies I could take out too. So I guess I'll answer your question by asking you what zombies exactly. It depends which zombies.
So it's yes and no. Yes, you would survive.
Yes and
if they
no.
were slow, and
Yes
no.
and no. Yeah.
All right. Last question. Would you rather lose your wallet or your phone?
My wallet.
Okay.
I think it'll be easier to cancel all those credit cards. I don't hold much cash. Who holds cash nowadays? I barely go places with my wallet now, anyways. Like with my phone, I got Apple Pay.
Yep.
I use that. The other day I was at the supermarket and I had some wine. They're like, can we have your ID, please? And I'm like, oh, I don't have my ID. I have a picture of it. And she just grabbed the picture. She put in the license number and like, I don't need my wallet. So
Right.
my wallet could go. I'm keeping my phone 100%.
I know my phone's my life.
Yes.
Everything on there.
Yes.
Sad
yeah.
though. It's kind of sad.
It is kind of sad, but yeah, it's so much more important. And then, it's even though nowadays it's kind of easier to lose it and get your stuff back because of iCloud, but just communicating with people, getting online for work or whatever you need to do, yeah, you need your phone. 100%.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for our questions. You guys have any questions for him or?
I think I answered everything I needed to be answered.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, do
What
you
about-
talk?
I do.
She is our.
I
she
do
is
have a
our
question.
quiet one.
Did you get along with Polly? He's my favorite. Did you get along with Polly in the house?
Very much.
Really?
Very much. Yeah. Polly was cool to talk about. I actually think it was pretty much between him and Josh when I voted had to vote for red. That was episode 3, and I was just like, Josh, is not helping me out here, but Polly, was giving me some good words that I wanted to hear. He's like, I'm not gonna let these vets win. How can they come into our channel and come out with a victory? And he also was telling me that he didn't like people how they were ganging up on me week 1 or episode 1. And he's like, I hate bullies. And me and him hit it off pretty good, really well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a great guy.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us. This was great.
Absolutely.
I had a
guys.
good time. We hope you had a good time.
Had a great time. This was fun, man. This was an hour long. I didn't even know an hour passed by. It was really cool talking to you guys, and thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Do you want to plug in your social medias for people?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm not on Twitter too much, but that's the Luis Colon, and then I'm on IG. I usually communicate with people on IG. That's Mr. Luis Colon there. So yeah, go find me on Instagram.
Go follow him so he gets more followers.
Well,
thanks, guys.
Hashtag and we want Luisa and Michelle on the challenge.
Hey, that's the only way we see my wife on there. So yeah, that's me and her. Me and her got to do it together.
All right.
Love that.
We are the Challenge Unbothered. I'll plug in all our stuff later on. Thank you, Luis. It was great chatting with you, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.